We're going to look at a few cool tools for some advanced Photopea tips. We're going to look at the spot healing brush on this photo, then the polygonal lasso for some selection, and the clone stamp tool. So, spot healing brush first. That is this one. It looks like a band-aid with a little asterisk. You can see the keyboard shortcut is J. This one does a lot of work for you. So let's say you have somebody in a photo that you want to remove. Simply select the spot healing brush tool and then hold your mouse down, click it, and draw over the object or the person that you want to remove. When you lift up, the computer will do some processing and remove that area. You can see I already lifted up. It takes a couple seconds on my computer. So um, I think there is a potential that this could freeze or crash your computer. You might want to experiment with it first. Now you can see here, it did a pretty good job, but there's an extra arm in there. This is not a perfect solution. But let's say you wanted to insert an image of another person here instead, using the spot healing brush would be a great way to get rid of that first person before you put the second one in. Pretty cool tool. It does a lot of the work for you. But if you want to take a little more control of it yourself, then you can use the clone stamp tool. This is where you select an area of the image and use that to replace the pixels in another area. So I'm going to try to remove these dark spots. I want to pick a patch of skin that has a similar shade, tone, and color. So you select that by holding Alt or K and then clicking. I'm going to take the colors from here and add them here. When I click and drag, you might see a little cross from the selection area. Now, if I do that here, it doesn't match because this area of the forehead has a lighter color. So I'll select a new area, hold down K, click, and now I have a color that matches a little better. Very handy tool. It does take some practice, but you have more control than with this spot healing. All right, lastly, polygonal lasso. Yes, I looked up the pronunciation of that because I've definitely said polygonal before, but the correct way is polygonal. Kind of a cool word. You might have used the lasso already, where you just click and you hold down the click and you try to select an area and you do your best job, and it takes a long time and it's kind of difficult. So there I was able to get part of the cat's head. If I'm selecting a really complex area, I prefer the polygonal lasso. Why? Because you can lift up. When you click, it just creates a line. But then every time you click after that, it creates a new point for that line. So if you click a lot, you can actually get a pretty detailed selection. Here, I'll start with the dog. Click, click, click. You just click a lot. Click, 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 click. All right, I won't keep saying click, but I want you to understand that I'm clicking a lot. You can, every time you see that little circle pop up, that's me clicking. So I'm going fast for the video, but we'll be able to see pretty soon that I'm actually able to get a pretty accurate selection over the dog there. The last cool tool is the coolest tool of all. Not to be corny, but really the learn button up here, you're going to get way more out of this than anywhere else. For example, I just found out about the spot healing tool from clicking on Smart Tools. There's a lot of stuff in here. So if you need help, there's a few different categories you can check. And then if you're not sure if any of these are going to help you, check out the tutorials. There's some really common issues that people have with image editing that are addressed in the tutorials. Okay? You've got a lot of cool tools at your disposal now. Have fun, use your powers for good, not evil.